evil eye on you. Okay, so welcome in. I know it's been such a long time since we sat down for a chat for a scripture. Okay, so we're going to get into today's devotional in a second. But today we are going to today's message is about why people are casting evil eye on you. Who is casting evil eye on you? This is someone. This is a relationship that you've had to fix. This People might think that you're stuck up. People might think that you are perfectionist, that you are know-it-alls. People will feel they will shirk in comparison to you. Hello, you guys. Welcome in. Welcome to Sunday with Scripture. Scripture. Sunrise Soul with Scripture. It's been a while since we got on. Hi, friends. If you are new to the channel, you're just seeing me face to face, welcome. Hi, my name is Felicia. I'm a human and civil rights advocate, and I'm not for everyone. This is who is casting evil eye on you. You guys have been, this is a false person. This is a false person, and people have not been able to discern this person. This person, this is a situation where you needed to rebel against a spiritual system that did not serve us. This was something that may have had a superficial value, or this may have been someone in an authority position. This may have been someone who clearly did not serve our inner needs. Okay. Hi, girl. Um, Welcome in to Sunday's. I actually was meaning to tell you something, but I'm gonna post a message over on um, the community tab about all of the tarot readers in the collective. Okay. But anyways, so someone saw you, and they saw that you were destined for the stars. They saw that you were a star to a man, is what I'm saying. What I'm hearing, that this man saw you and chose you, or you stood out to someone, or they saw a talent that you've had, that made you a star. Okay. These people, they are not the natural gift at something. Hello, welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much. Hi. But anyways, so LOL. I'm about to put somebody in the. Gotta remove you, sir, or ma'am, whatever you are, too. Hi, beautiful. Hi. Um. Yes, I do need a supply chain. LOL. But anyways, you guys, we're gonna get into scripture in a second. But this is about who has been casting evil eye on you. There are the people who are casting evil eye on you. This could be a man. This could be someone that you had a romantic partnership with. This could be an ex. This could also be just other people, anyone, right? But these are people that see you, and they see that you are meant for the stars. They see that you are a star, that you get a lot of attention, that you're extremely talented, skillful, and gifted at something. These people, they see you and they feel so judged by you. They think that you're stuck up. They think that you are a know-it-all. They think that you're a perfectionist. They think that you are better than them. And a lot of you guys, you are their authority, okay? So this is challenging, because especially if it involves people who thought that they were an authority because they may have had more experience at something, or they thought that they were an authority because something about you may reflect an unconventional relationship where they did not expect you to be their authority, okay? You are people who are casting evil eye on you are people who are reflecting the superficial value. These are people who do not have a system that serves our inner needs. They see you with a natural gift at something, and they see that you are tenacious. They see that you are carrying a deep perspective around matters, around maybe you are just really into this talent, skill, or gift that you have, this hobby. But whatever this is reflects your heart. You have been creating and have the ability to create a reality of your of the highest timeline, an optimal reality. This is the people who are casting evil eye on you, okay? This evil eye is dangerous black magic because this false person is standing as a challenge, is what I'm hearing. The evil eye is the black magic of a system that does not serve our inner needs, okay? This person has been pretending to have intuition. They have been pretending to be deep. They've been pretending to have a higher vantage point. They've had this authority position, perhaps, and they have been pretending to be manifesting something. And they've seen that in this time frame, I mean, time told, someone did not stand the test of time. These people who have been casting evil eye, a false person, has been reflecting dangerous perceptions, causing dangerous perceptions with a system that does not serve us. This person may have an authority position, okay? But ultimately, this is someone where the tables turned and they were not able to defend their position. They were not the system that served us for the long run. A lot of you rebelled against this system. You have been challenging this person who's had more experience, but we are finding out that this person has not, that they have been false, that they haven't been manifesting anything, and that this has been like, I feel like this is so on par with today's scripture. Let me get into that so we can center, okay? So November 23rd, okay? Irony of weakness. This person is truly weak. This person is truly emotionally insecure, unstable, and they are convention and they don't have values and beliefs that they are anchored to. And so this system that they've been preaching has actually not been getting practiced, okay? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of all the earth. He never grows weak or weary. No one can measure the depths of his understanding. He gives power to the weak and strength to the powerless. Isaiah 48, 20, what was it? 28 to 29, okay? When you are stripped of your talents and strengths, you can do nothing but rely on the grace of God to carry you further. It is there, in your lacking, that God's power is truly revealed. None of us likes to feel inadequate, but if our inadequacy can further reveal Christ in us, it is always worth it. We must remember that we are vessels of mercy, allowed images of his grace that exist to always, first and foremost, bring glory to Christ. In my weakness, Lord, be my strength. Reveal yourself to me, through me, so that I can join you in accomplishing your work. This person was pretending to be accomplishing and doing the will of God. This person has been pretending to be benevolent. They have been causing resistance because they have been wanting your man, is what I'm hearing, okay? This person is actually someone that you needed to practice self-defense with. So y'all went to a self-defense class after dealing with this person. Hello, friends. Hi. Yes, friend. Vegan Walker. Um, Anyways, yes, it is. Okay. If you reach across the screen and grab me, I will practice my self-defense because I don't like people touching me without my consent. But anyways, y'all, so this is actually, this person who's been casting an evil eye, this is dangerous because this black magic and energetic manipulation that they've been doing is a negative force that you've needed to defend yourself against. This person has been this person has had an imaginal point of view, okay? This person really, really, like the text says, this is an ironic situation. This is an ironic challenge. That this person reflecting a superficial value, right? This person has had an imaginal point of view. This person who's had this, I don't know, they may have looked as if they were standing up to challenges. They may have looked as if they were good, as if they were nice. They might be a really sociable person. They might be a person that loves to reason and loves to communicate and is they might even be creative or can be, it even has like, they might even be intuitive about things. But this person is not have a connection with the divine. This person is duplicitous, okay? This person may act angelically to mislead others, okay? So this has been an ironic situation. This person has truly been a negative force because to you, you represent the true authority and the true system that serves us. This person has been getting investigated, is what I'm hearing, because they have not, the truth is, they feel inadequate next to you, especially the ones where you have more experience, you have less experience than them. Some of these people, you are getting married or you are already married. And this is somebody who has felt very inadequate because they haven't had this loyal and devoted and dedicated masculine. I'm hearing that this masculine is always talking about how much they love your breasts or your body. Okay, this person is really, this is, you are their empress. You are the mother that stores the organs and the ones, you're the family, you are the home, right? A lot of you guys, especially if you are married, okay, or getting married. This person, I'm hearing an erotic and primordial power of like eros, in like an ethos between you and your partner that cannot be, a passion that cannot be distilled. And this person has felt so inadequate around you with this intimate love, especially for you guys who are creators. If you make music or you're a creator, this person has been so inadequate because they know that your romantic relationships and your explorations of the concepts of love are reflections of your deep intimacy with your married partner or your other romantic partners, okay, that you might not be married to. This person has not been inspired by their love, and it's because they do not have, they've been pretending to have loving and nurturing relationships. This person is speaking from a imaginal point of view. You may have been feeling like this is an ironic situation where this person really represents the weakness. They really are inadequate. They're really lacking. And it's clear now through the test of time, this person who's been casting the evil eye, that this has been an ironic challenge causing resistance on your path in some type of way. They may have done something to attack you. They might have literally turned into a negative force because they haven't been wanting your spiritual system to disillusion them. They know that people seeing your loving home and family and marriage, perhaps that could be a situation, or simply just your life in general, being a success, being this talent, being this, I don't know, you guys have this big open heart that's just reflecting that this person has not been having those kinds of relationships. Especially, like, I hope this is making sense for creators. Like, if you are a creator, they know that you're inspired by this intimacy and unconditional love. And they just don't create as much as you, right? Some of them stopped creating. They dried up like the Sahara Desert. And people just over time became disillusioned with them. Some of them, they have been trying to justify a beef, a conflict, splitting, you know, trying to come for money. I'm hearing some of them literally have been trying to intercept this marriage, okay? Intercept, you know, money and power, right? Where you are the legitimate authority in the system that serves us. And this other person just hasn't been, you know, they might even pretend to have a lot of relationships because they like to talk so fucking much, right? Always around pretending to be reasoning about something. Your reasoning is not following any kind of logic. You are not making sense. You are not a spiritual system that serves us. You are not having enough valid points. You don't make fucking sense. You're not successful. You're talking from an imaginal point of view. No, this is not. We need to discern that this is a false person, and that this person is not someone that we should be, that's not rendered safe for society, coming around pretending to be successful and trying to cause conflict, chaos, division, and has had a lot of severe consequences, is what I'm hearing. A lot of them. That's what I'm hearing. Hi, friends. I like this one. What? I don't know you. Anyways, so the whole point is that this is a fake person that has been trying to look like they have the same values as you. They've been trying to look like they're successful. They're trying to look like they're a rebel. They're trying to look like they're not this conventional systemic loser that we can see so clearly now, because you haven't manifested a thing. You guys have had to be of service to this person. I'm hearing that you've made a lot of sacrifices to free this person from this delusional rapport that they've had with the divine. They're not an authority. They're not an inner system that serves us, and they haven't manifested anything. This limiting belief that they've had has been delusion. This person has been acting from an imaginal point of view. You wish that you were my authority. You wish that you had this marriage. You wish that you had these talent, skills, and gifts. You wish that you were able to create beautiful music like we do. You wish that you were inspired by your relationships, but you can't be inspired by your relationships because they're superficial and shit to talk about. You are the deep, tenacious love and unconditional love that represents the home and the family. And a lot of these people have been attacking your relationships because it would reveal that you were the true skill, is what I'm hearing. It will reveal that you were the true skill. Right? Where a lot of people will come around looking for, a party, right? Is one thing, right? I think especially a lot of creators and artists can deal with this. It's one thing to be able to mimic what someone else is doing to create versus actually having the ability to create consistently over time and reflect a skill that is honed. This person who is casting evil eye, a lot of them are really apologizing a lot now. A lot of people are apologizing to you because they may have looked like maybe they were taking a lot of actions. Maybe there was a period where you were away. Maybe there was a period or it looked like they had more established. There was a lot. This is the irony of this weakness, is that this establishment that they have been pretending to have, I don't know, I don't know what you consider an establishment, but it's not an establishment that has been well maintained. And they see that, that is what is getting this person disillusioned, right? A lot of people who have been, I'm also getting a romantic partner who has been casting evil eye because you left them, because you were heading towards the stars, is what I'm hearing. They may have got caught up in a past baggage or a past relationship. Some of y'all, these romantic affairs that you've had, this person has been holding a grudge. They haven't been able to release resentment. So some of you guys, instead of, sitting around waiting for someone who I'm hearing some of you guys have been growing weary of romantic partners who are just not taking action because they're holding on to a irrational grudge. You are quite literally the empress, but some of you guys, this person, you may have disillusioned their ex-partners. You think that, they'll be so, oh my god, yes, a level up, an upgrade, let me upgrade you. No, they don't want no upgrade, especially because there'll be so much pride and ego attached to the upgrade. Like, oh, you're that person that came into my life and catalyzed me. You were that person that was my authority within my life. Some of these people will literally sit, like, these people are literally sitting back and watching you from a television screen, watching you move on and get more rewards and recognition, where you had to leave them in resentment because they had like too much ego around you disillusioning their ex-partners. They had too much ego and pride around you having an authority position within their life. And they were like, these are people, ex-partners, that were in a power struggle with you. And so they have been just sitting behind watching you, and they are getting left behind while you move into success, rewards, and recognition. This is awkward because they have been in a big place. Like, they have been in a lot of emotional stagnation. And this was the black magic that they have been like, this was the challenge, because they didn't want you to, they wanted you to be in a limbo state, or in the liminal realm, where you were not sure of where your true possibilities and opportunities lie, because they may have left without you getting closure, or they may have been, maybe they come around every so often. They'll come, these are people who are not consistent. They are flaky, dry, and you can't count on them. And they just show you more and more and more not to expect anything from anybody, because a lot of these people folded on the true realizations and meanings that you found with one another. These are people who cannot uphold the truth that you guys found with one another. A lot of these people, they were they were so like unreconciled from their past relationships. You came in and dissolved a psychic block that they were having, that helped them realize a delusional situation for them. Some of these people, they thought because they were married to someone, they thought that that was family. They thought that those were supporters. And you helped reveal that those were shadow attachments with people who are obsessed with them and trying to harm them. These people are actually not your ride or die chick. They trapped you in getting pregnant and getting married, right? They were never loyal to you. Some of them, they found out dark and destructive secrets about their ex after you came around and disillusioned them. Quite naturally, they realized that they were not getting cared for, not getting respected, not getting honored, right? And you showed them true love, and then they were like, oh my gosh, I wasn't expecting to find true love. But then they grew a resentment around you having that authority in their life of true love, right? You'll always be unconditionally loving of them. You'll always be, doing what's best for them. And they know that you always position them and put them on the right path. And you, as an unconditional love and a partner, you you always honored, right? And they're so used to relationships that were not honored. They're so used to settling for these superficial systems and values within their ex-partners. They were just delusional and denial, like, oh no, they love me, they love me, oh my god, they do love me, that's my mother of my kids, that person loved me. No, that person has been fucking you in the ass. Some of them have literally found out so many dark and destructive betrayals from their ex, things that you probably could not even imagine, because you're just like this perfect person living this pious life, and you just can't relate to a lot of their stress, right? A lot of their scarring and woundings you just cannot relate to. Some of you guys, you have been getting princess treatment and learning princess lessons. We are just, a lot of you guys, after reasoning through a matter, you realize that these people had a very, very big limitation. They had a delusional rapport with the divine. They were acting from an imaginal point of view, wishful thinking, where the reality was like incontrovertible evidence of the contrary. A lot of these people were in denial about their ex. You disillusioned so many people around. They just were too prideful to admit it, right? They really reject you because you were too raw, and they didn't want you to have the truth around why, you know what I'm saying? They didn't want you to be connected to a higher truth around why these relationships didn't work out. And that's why they were a challenge, because you were just sitting there like, what are all these different possibilities and options, and so many timelines that hadn't been closed off yet. And you just stay driven to succeed. Here's your affirmation, friends. Those are people that are getting left behind, people that you were just a service to, because you are superior, and they felt inadequate for a reason. And this is the irony of weakness. This is the irony of the whole situation. The reason why is that this resistance is really inadequacy. You can't come around here sharing your invalid ass opinions that are just simply not applicable. The truth is, you're really inadequate. So you might feel, the irony of this is that majority of people, right? This is why this is a rebellion, right? This authority that has been in our lives is the resistance. This authority is this person who truly was weak, was truly inadequate. That's the irony of the whole matter, is that this is why it's a resistance from this past baggage of someone who lost their position of power, lost their authority position, abused their authority, or were really weak within these positions, really didn't have a tenacious and deep perspective, really did fold over time and didn't manifest anything, right? So here's your affirmation, friends. I overcome resistance and do what needs to be done now. These people who are casting evil eye and doing this energetic manipulation, they are such a disappointment, right? You might have felt like you had to really nurture a lot of these people because you are the empress, okay? A lot of y'all, you knew that you had like this nurturing relationship if you guys are married, right? You know that a lot of these people who attack your marriage are just not going to have that deep and tenacious love that you have, and it's because they reflect the superficial value and you reflect a deep, tenacious one, which is why you have the deep and tenacious relationship, right? Which is why you're able to produce consistently and show that you have the true skill. A lot of these people, you are just a service to them. You don't have any expectations of them because these are people who are truly have an emotional weakness. They really cannot hold their position, okay? And so after a long period of emotional stagnation, of not wanting to admit that they were truly weak and inadequate, this all happened in kind of a retrospective that makes sense. Like, this was a situation that you needed to stand up to free someone from a limiting belief and emotional stagnation that was really weakness around a system that didn't serve us, right? This could be this ex that, you know what I'm saying, this ex that was fake, right? This could be this other authority in our lives that we realize that, like, we're not actually liking that, or we're actually not manifesting with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, so a lot of y'all were just like, that's not the abundant nurturing situation, right? And so I think that this has been like, a lot of you guys felt like you may have had to, especially if you've had legal proceedings with these people, this was literally an ironic situation where it was a fine line of the violation of, is what I'm hearing, or the chaos ensued when there was like, I think that the reason why you won in a situation is because, especially legals, like, excuse me, you looking obsessed, just, can you just like exit? Like, I don't know what's going on. I just keep seeing you comment more and more and more, and it's just be like, why do you keep like talking to somebody who's not responding to you? Like, what is this? Like, this is so strange that you would sit there tethered to somebody on the internet that doesn't know you. We don't know you and we don't care about you. You're not successful doing that. We don't, like, you're just triggered by a realization that Felicia Latrice Tarot made you have. Okay? Okay. Anyways, so after standing up to this situation, a lot of people, you cannot continue to deny the reality that has incontrovertible evidence. Like, some of these people are truly delusional. You've had to fix them. And they feel like you were the perfect logic or something like that, that you were the one, because you won, especially the ones at court. This person, they had an expectation, and that was just not, you shouldn't have had that kind of expectation, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing somebody had some type of dangerous expectation, or it was like they were held to an expectation. Maybe, especially as an authority, we don't expect you. It's like we're expecting you not, you know what I'm saying? We're expecting you not to make certain violations. We're expecting you not to do certain things because of this authority position that you took vows for, right? Aren't there like bylaws and rules and regulations and amendments and shit, right? So a lot of y'all, they have been expected to uphold a certain position, and they haven't been able to do that. And because of, it's just over time, especially, things have revealed that this was a false person. You had to be a service to this person and help them realize that this is not an expectation, that, some type of toxic expectation, some type of delusional rapport with the divine, okay? Delusional people, delusional behavior, disrespectful behavior. Now they feel like you are not, some of you, they feel like you're the one that's not releasing resentment. But I feel like you guys are very much so unconditionally loving. You're very much so the empress. Things just fizzled out with this person's internal struggle. The third party is literally not another person that could replace you. The third party is their delusional rapport and like refusing to acknowledge like fundamental truths and include them in their reality so that it's fair, right? So somebody, I'm hearing something where they were doing something to fight for your man or to fight for popularity. And this person has been doing something ironically weak, friends. They've been doing something ironically weak. It has just not ended well, I think. Okay? It has not ended well. Healing friends, I'm just wrapping up, you guys. We already read the scripture for today. Remember, it was Isaiah, okay? You can catch it at the beginning. But yes, there is like this situation. This person who's casting evil eye has been a destructive black magic of energetic resistance, of a person who's been in authority position, that have been duplicitous, or who have been violating their authority position, because maybe this was just like a lot of critics in the pulpit, or a lot of people who thought that they had experience but did not, you know, over time you can tell that they were not able to produce because they didn't actually really have the true skill. So a lot of people have been disillusioned, okay? This black magic was resistance that you needed to stand up to a false person, somebody who's wearing a facade, a duplicitous person trying to attack your marriage and talent, skills, and gifts because they were just naturally not going to be as good. That's what I'm seeing, friends. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know how this resonates. That's who's been casting the evil eye. Hi, Yari. Shout out, Yasir Caldwell. Bye.